The sword tested in this video is the Skyjiro Hanabira. It is forged from Skyjiro's proprietary 0.85 carbon monosteel and is differentially tempered. It weighs 2 pounds and 4 ounces. This particular model is available with a 28.4, a 29-inch, or a 30-inch Nagasa. The sword tested in this video has a 30-inch Nagasa.
I like the way that it felt. It had a good balance. It was good both for downward diagonals and upward diagonals. I like that it didn't have a bohea. I think this had to do a bit of it with its cutting ability. But of everything that we've used so far, it's been the best cutter, I feel. Aesthetically, it's very nice.
It was a pleasant sword to cut with, and it's good weight. It seemed pretty sharp. In terms of weight, it's probably middle to light. We've been able to cut better with this one than most of the others. The harder ones are to get the horizontal cuts. In general, made more successfully with this sword. It's a bit longer than I'm used to.
Okay, so after owning the sword for, I guess, a few months, it was, and never really using it like we've done today, it's a great sword. All the cuts were effortless. Technique was very nice cutter. The upward diagonal cuts effortlessly. Especially the horizontal cuts from were very easy. Effortlessly cut right through. It cuts definitely better than all of the other swords that we've used, definitely.
You know, first thing that you notice is it's really a handsome sword. All the overhead cuts, it really sliced really well. You can actually feel when you're cutting, it just feels good. The sword was, it was light. I expect it to be a little heavier because it is a couple inches longer than the one that I use. But, I didn't have any issues with the weight. There's certain swords where you hold it and it just feels a little thick in your hands, but this one I felt very comfortable. The diagonal cuts I had a little problem with. So the horizontal cut, I didn't really, get a clean cut. It sliced really well. I think it's a great sword.
My cutting session with the Skyjiro actually kind of shows the importance of keeping your focus and taking your time with the cuts. The first time that I used the sword, my performance was probably the worst out of everybody who tested the sword that day. And I admit I was rushed. Everybody else's cuts, they were making successful cuts with both the horizontal cuts, the upward cut. So I can't really blame, the sword for my rather lackluster performance. When I did it a second time, kind of like, like focused, did the full breathing. I still had some trouble with one of the downward cuts. The angle was a little bit off, but actually the sword actually did cut through without any resistance. And with the uppercuts, I was definitely much more successful this time around when I took the time. This sword actually, is sharp, but it's not stupid sharp. So if you're not concentrating, if you're not focused, you will not make the cut with this sword. With the horizontal cuts, it took me a couple of tries to actually make a successful horizontal cut. The fact that this sword isn't stupid sharp is something that I consider a plus. It forces you to maintain your focus during the session.